republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everyone, to the November 7th, Thursday night Town Board meeting of Southeast. I'd like to make a notation of the exits. One behind you on the right, one behind you on the left, one to our right. Please put all electronics on vibrate. I'd like to make a motion to come out of executive session with no motion taken.
Second.
No action taken, I'm sorry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we can go right into our work session. I'm sorry, yes, Kathy, can we get a roll call?
Yes. Councilman Cypress?
Here.
Councilman Larka?
Here.
Councilwoman Lewis?
Here.
Councilman Mazzata?
Here.
Supervisor Durante?
Here. So I'd like to go right into our work session. Our first discussion is the Town Board of the Town of Southeast Rules and Procedures. So I've looked through this a few times, and there are some things I had a little bit of a question on, but I think Kathy cleared them up for me. Eric actually mentioned new business in part of our procedure that we'll put on our next meeting. We'll make sure it's on the agenda so that we can discuss that every meeting we have. Does anybody have some input on this?
Well, the original reason why I asked to put it on and then I asked to take it off, but was that the procedures say that we vote on the town clerk minutes and we don't. And I'm fine that we don't, but this
Gotta take it
document
out.
should reflect that. Alex sent in a comment that it says our meetings start at 7:30,
Yeah,
they start
yeah.
at 7, we should fix that. And then my general concern was we frequently don't hit the deadlines in this document. So I didn't want to vote on changes again unless we're gonna commit to following the document, so I think the minutes, I think the time definitely needs to be changed,
Yep.
and then,
Yeah, and like I said, so, when I was going through the procedure, because I'm a little bit new, we haven't had some of the things on the list happen at this point. So I was a little unaware of them, but now I think I have a handle on how we're supposed to get through it.
yeah, I mean, a lot of it is really just stolen from Robert's Rules of Order and stuff, so
Yeah.
you won't really change that, but, we do put some deadlines on ourselves.
Yeah.
I think we should either follow them or adjust the procedures, so.
Well, we definitely worked on it a little bit differently this week to make sure we got it all out when we were supposed to. Right? We did a little
Yeah,
better
yeah,
this week.
I mean, 1 week is 1 week, but yes,
I know,
we made
I
our
know.
deadline this week.
I would add one thing as well as we work through it, trying to update technology, organization, Microsoft Teams 365. If we can, as this develops, weave that into that piece of technology so that they can work in parallel, that would be a big help as well, because we'll have a document that explains it, but then we'll have the technology that kind of forces that route. So that way, it's kind of like a repeatable process,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You're always going to have the substance in between in everything we do day to day, but to have those two kind of in harmony will allow for a lot of, our procedural and paperwork stuff to work easier.
Yeah, in general, I support that 100%, Alex. My only concern I have about how we use Teams sometimes lately is just stuff ends up in Teams and
Yep.
you don't know what's there.
Right.
So,
Agreed.
we might have hit a deadline in this document, but I had no idea it was there. I mean,
Mhm.
half the time I find out the agenda's posted because I get the texts that residents get, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fine if you want to work through this and include some Teams-ish language.
Mhm.
Anyone else?
No.
All right. We can go to our second discussion, which is the CB20 IT service contract. So we've been digging real deep on this, and I feel these guys are going to do a good job for us. I actually wanted to read a couple of things. They were founded in 1993, and they actually have 57 municipalities that they support, computer-wise. So I would assume these guys might have almost seen everything, so I don't think we're gonna miss stuff. Maybe they might even be able to help us with some items we might not be aware of to help us with this technology. Go ahead.
You may be hitting upon this at some point, but have you worked with Joe Vera to come up with a transition plan?
We talked slightly, but, at this point, I figure, yeah.
Okay.
And you know Joe. Joe's very open to doing what we ask of him, so I don't think it would be any sort of an issue either. But when the guys were here, they were very thorough about what they were looking at, here and at 1 Main Street. So, yeah. Does anyone else, Alex, you have any more on these guys?
I mean, I think we're looking for potentially a contractual start date of January 1st.
Yep.
Is that what our goal is?
Yep.
Allows about 2 months to transition. So to Eric's point, it is important that, we plan that, and there might be some times when both our incumbent now and our new vendor might need to be in the same room together, or at least speaking. I think that would be important from a transition perspective, so we don't, come January 1, have any lapses.
Something breaks down, we're not
Yeah.
scrambling.
And then I think just from a process perspective, I mean, we did an RFP. I don't remember when the last one was done, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So I think we received 3 responses.
I think it was 4.
Was it 4?
Yeah.
Yep. So CB20 does have a lot of municipal experience. I think they've supported the county for a long time for their IT department. So they're well-versed in municipal, support. So I do think they're going to be an asset, and they're going to be a nice addition here. So kind of exciting to see where they're going to take us.
And I'd like to thank you, Alex, for your attention to all of these things and some of the certain things we were looking for out of this company. So thank you for that. Anyone else?
I'm excited about making this change. I'm also nervous about making this change. And my fear is that a new company's gonna come in and wanna try to get us to invest in a lot of
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and we just need to be
Say no.
cautious.
Yes, again.
This is, just for the services, it's more expensive than what we've historically been paying. In the adjustments to the budget that I recently made, I did cover this, assuming we were going in this direction, but, if they start coming in saying, we need new servers, we need new,
It's a big
we
number.
need to be cautious, so, yeah.
Definitely. Okay. All right, so I'll make a motion to open the regular meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion for the budget transfers from the October 24th, 2024 meeting, that we waive the rules to the budget transfers and to accept such transfers as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have a few resolutions. Our first resolution is the adoption of the 2025 budget. So be it resolved that the town clerk is authorized and directed to cause a copy of the 2025 annual budget as adopted to be published on the town's website and that sufficient copies thereof be made available in the town clerk's office for public inspection. So moved.
Second.
Kathy, can we have a roll call vote on this, please?
Yes. Councilman Cypress?
Yes.
Councilman Larka?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lewis?
Yes.
Councilman Mazzata?
Yes.
Supervisor Durante?
And I have to say no. Okay, so to our second resolution. It's resolutions galore here. Computer and Information Technology Professional Service Contract. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board and the town of the town of Southeast hereby awards the computer and information technology services contract to CB20, having its principal office at 11 Federal Street, Saratoga Springs, New York, zip 12866, consistent with the terms identified in the proposal submitted by CB20 dated October 3rd, 2024, for a period of 3 years commencing January 1st, 2025, expiring on December 31st, 2027. And be it further resolved that the town supervisor is authorized to issue a notice of award of the computer and information technology services contract to CB20 forthwith, and to execute a managed service agreement with CB20 for the period commencing January 1st, 2025, and ending December 31st, 2027, in a form approved by the town attorney, and be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
2027, oh my God. Moving. Our third resolution tonight is the proposed local law to regulate battery storage facilities. There are actually a few sub-resolutions to this. Sub-resolution A is lead agency determining proposed local law regulate battery energy storage facilities. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby declares itself lead agency for the proposal to amend the town zoning code to regulate battery energy storage facilities pursuant to 617.6B of seeker. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Subsection B. Therefore be it resolved that the town of Southeast Town Board, as lead agency, has determined that the proposed action, for the reasons set forth in full environmental assessment form dated October 15th, 2024, and the appended seeker notice of determination of significance, the adoption of a local law to amend Chapter 138 of the Town Code zoning to regulate the establishment of battery energy storage systems in the town of Southeast will not have a significant environmental impact, and a draft environmental impact statement will not be prepared. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And letter C of this resolution. Now therefore be it resolved, the town board of the town of Southeast hereby adopts local law number 6 of 2024 pursuant to the municipal home rule law to amend chapter 138 of the town code zoning, article 1 definitions, article 3 provisions applicable to all districts, attachment 3, table of general use requirements, residential zoning districts, attachment 5, commercial zoning schedule, and adding article 7, section 138-34, entitled Battery Energy Storage System Regulation, to regulate the establishment of battery energy storage systems within the town of Southeast. And be it further resolved that the town clerk be and hereby is authorized to direct and directed to enter said local law in the minutes of the meeting and in the code book of the town of Southeast, and give due notice of the adoption of said local law by filing such with the Secretary of State of New York within the time required by law. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Our final resolution for tonight is the intermunicipal agreement, IMA, to sell highway equipment. Now therefore be it resolved, the town supervisor is authorized to execute an intermunicipal agreement, IMA, with the town of Lewisboro to sell one 2002 Sterling LT 8000 tandem axle dump truck, VIN number 2FZHAWAK 12AJ58375, to the town of Lewisboro, New York, for the sum of $25,000. And be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry to say that that is the end of our resolutions. And at this time, we can open the floor for comment from the public.
Hi, big crowd tonight, huh? Bob Cullen, 560 Brewster Hill Road.
Hey, Bob.
Hi. I'm just curious, who is the outside CPA for the town now?
Did you say outside, like outside our offices?
Like consultant, yeah, outside.
There is none?
There is.
Bonadio,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who?
Bonadio and Associates.
On storage?
Bonadio and Associates.
Oh, Bonadio,
Yes,
okay.
They're in, I think they're out of Williamsville, New York.
Okay. Did you ever meet with them at all, Nick, or?
I have not.
Okay. So I'm returning to my days as being on the town board. We used to use a person down in Port Chester, Sam Terenzi, I believe his name was, who unfortunately is deceased now. He was a very good man. But myself, so what happened was, it turned out for the former supervisor, Michael Wright's term, he never met with the CPA. Had no idea about the budget, anything else, and that's kind of how we got into a lot of financial trouble with under Michael Wright's. I think, I'm kind of surprised you don't sit down with them once in a while. I mean, I guess he's upstate, but, the amount of money we pay them, I mean, they could come here. There should be some communication. I don't know. Like I said, myself and Roger Gross, when we were both on the town board, we used to go during budget season and talk to this gentleman in Port Chester, and he would help us, and, that was his job, because I think at the time, he was making like $20,000. I don't know what he makes now, this company. But it's kind of surprising you never talk to the town CPA when you're preparing a budget. And on that note, too, I saw you voted no for the budget, so I guess you have issues with what's proposed?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we'll see how it goes, but going forward, I just wanted to remind the town board again, if your budget's not being used and you're not fulfilling your duty as budget officer, the town board should definitely take your stipend away for being budget officer, because why are you getting paid to do something that you're not doing? So I just want to throw that out there to the board, let them know they can do that. What else was I going to say? Okay. So I've been going to the library recently because my printer and my computer in my house crapped out. So I've been using their facilities. But I was surprised to see again today that car in the gold lot, unregistered, uninspected, uninsured, is still sitting there. I brought it to the board's attention over 2 weeks ago. I spoke about it here. I mean, you said it was going to be towed. I mean, I just think, with the budget crisis going on, that this is a car parked in a permit spot that the town owns. I don't know. I mean, it just seems kind of bizarre. I mean, if I parked my car in your supervisor spot for 8 months, would you have it towed, or would you just let me park there? I don't know. Okay, it just seems bizarre that an illegal car could park there for so long.
Is there an update on that?
I spoke with Mike last week after the meeting. They told me Jerry was gonna look into, Peter Carey was gonna look into it, and they were gonna work on it.
Okay, well. Apparently, the town doesn't have a contract with the tow company, I heard, so I don't know why that is. I mean, but, maybe you have to go out to bid or whatever. I don't know if you make an agreement with Brewster, but I just can't believe this car is sitting there that long. It just seems a little bizarre. And what else was the last thing I was going to say. So in my travels, I also noticed that the 2 vape stores that were closed down by the state are back open again. Did they pay their fines, or I mean, I know it's not a town board issue, I'm just curious if
I'd ask,
anyone heard it.
I had asked Will, like, if it changed ownership or something like that, since they're no longer legal, could they reopen? I think the answer was yes, because it's existing, right? Unless it was closed for a period of time. But I don't know of any fines that they may have paid.
It would have been paying them to the town.
It wouldn't go to the town court? No, it would go, all right, so, all right, well,
The Office of Cannabis Management doesn't really involve us much and stuff. I mean, I've
Okay.
reached out to them about a couple of things, they're not very responsive.
God bless
They
you.
come in, they shut down businesses, they reopen businesses with no communication.
Okay, no, I mean, and that could very well, I'm not doubting you. I was just, like I said, I was surprised that they were both open
Yeah,
today, so, and I know it's the same owner for both, from what I was told by somebody else. I don't know if that's true or not, but,
Actually, I think the one on 22 and the one down on by the Carvel Shopping Center, they're owned by the one guy, and the one in Acme is owned by
oh,
someone.
that's by someone else, okay. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll close public comment. Anyone from the board have comment?
Nope.
I have one. Supervisor Durante and I met with Peter Harkham's office and somebody, I don't remember the name of the other people, I think they were from the DEP or the environmental something, to try and get some funding for the Brewster Heights Water District. They have, Nick, what was the amount?
240,000.
Yeah, so they're
Engineering costs
in the project.
and physical costs, yeah.
They're being burdened by $240,000, and we're trying to get them some funding. Peter was not able to give us some funding, and so now we're going to have a meeting with the DEP, I think next week.
John Milgram is his name, yeah.
John Milgram, to see if we can get any money. So, in case anyone from Brewster Heights watches this.
Yeah, we're trying, for sure. Anyone else? I will have to say this, so, my daughter is happy. The Brewster High School volleyball team just won their third sectional game, and I think they're going to play at Westchester County this Saturday.
Awesome.
So they're getting close. So yeah, I guess that's a shout out to my daughter.
Yeah, we've had some good showing in
Yes,
sports
they
this
did.
year in Brewster.
And didn't the 9U boys?
Yes, they went to West Point.
West Point,
And they won, right?
They
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
They won
They came away with the
convincingly, from what
trophy.
I understand.
Yeah, they came over with the trophies.
And I actually got a phone call. They were beating the team so bad, and they were so respectful, they kind of let the other team, have a shot at something, so,
They're good
yeah,
boys.
that's good to hear. Okay, I guess I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.